My dear friends, I am Dr. Omkar Prasad Vaidya, MD PhD from KGMU, Lucknow. Today I will be discussing a very interesting topic, how yoga or yogic exercise helps in prevention of progression of some disease, or how it helps in prevention of the risk of some disease. So we will start with what are the disease which yoga or yogic practice, regular yogic exercise helps in prevention of the disease. So disease which are prevented by regular yogic exercise is number one is heart disease. Now yoga is a regular exercise which involves stretching of muscles as well as various parts of the body, and just like physical exercise, it has some effect on the cardiovascular system also. It helps in lowering the blood pressure. It also prevents the effect of stress on the heart and other parts of the body also. It lowers the blood pressure, it removes the effect of stress, it also decreases the cholesterol level, it also decreases the triglyceride level, and thus it also helps in making the cardiovascular system fit. So effect of regular yogic exercise on the heart is that it helps in prevention of complication of various heart disease like myocardial infarction or heart attack or various other cardiac illness, which may be because of regular hypertension, or even in case of subjects suffering from hypertension, it helps in lowering down the blood pressure. So how yoga helps on heart is that regular exercise, it causes proper pumping of the heart. It increases the vagal tone and decreases the resting heart rate. At the same time, it lowers down the blood cholesterol level, blood triglyceride level, and also helps in prevention of rising of blood sugar. And thus, it helps in prevention of diabetes and its complicated situation on heart. So in every sense, regular yogic exercise has a positive and good effect on the heart, and it prevents the heart from getting hypertension and myocardial infarction or various other diseases in future. So it helps in prevention of the risk of various heart disease like heart failure or hypertensive heart disease or myocardial infarction, or simply the disease which is known as heart attack. So it helps in prevention of various heart disease. So next important disease which prevented direct by regular yogic exercise is osteoporosis. Now osteoporosis is a disease which occurs because of bone decay. It may be because of postmenopausal osteoporosis, or because of lack of calcium, or because of hyperparathyroidism, or because of hyper secretion of steroids. So mostly regular those persons who are suffering from regular stress, they have rise of one hormone known as stress hormone known as cortisol. The cortisol, or is a type of glucocorticoid. It is responsible for regular decay from the bone. That is, simply they help in or promotes osteoclastic activity, which is responsible for regular bone decay and is responsible for osteoporosis. So regular exercise prevents the effect of the cortisol on the bone, because it lowers the cortisol level. At the same time, it distress ourselves or free ourselves from effect of stress on the human body. At the same time, it is also increase the bone strength and muscle strength, and thus helps in deposition of calcium on the bone and prevents osteoporosis. So regular yogic exercise or yoga prevents chance of osteoporosis. Next one is Alzheimer's disease. So Alzheimer's disease is a type of disease which occurs because of defect in the neurotransmitter secretion of acetylcholine from the special type of nucleus known as nucleus of Maynard. It is a neurodegenerative condition which is prevented by regular yogic exercise, because yoga promotes mental health, brain health, it increases the blood flow to the brain, and also prevents memory loss. And it also prevents the neurotransmitter change or defect in the brain, and thus it prevents Alzheimer's disease. So person who are doing regular yogic practice or yoga, their chance of getting Alzheimer's in future is very much less. Next important disease which is directly prevented by regular yogic practice is type 2 diabetes mellitus. Now, type 2 diabetes mellitus is mainly because of hyperglycemia or concept of insulin resistance. So it occurs because of obesity, and at the same time because of many other illness. So mostly the concept is because of insulin resistance. Now regular yogic practice or yogic exercise or regular doing of yoga prevents the rise of blood sugar level, because it increases the regular uptake of glucose by the muscles of the body. Because those person doing yoga or undergoing yoga, the muscles will increase the uptake of glucose from blood, so that's why they will prevent the rise of blood sugar level, and that's why it prevents the chance of getting type 2 diabetes mellitus in future. So directly yoga helps in prevention of the various diseases like heart disease, osteoporosis, Alzheimer's disease and type 2 diabetes mellitus. Beside that, exercise or yoga, regular yoga also prevents chronic stress or effect of stress on human body. And all of you know stress has very much impact on our human body, bad effects on the human body. It is responsible for chance of getting stroke. It is also responsible for increase the risk of obesity, hypertension, diabetes, insomnia, brain attack. So by distressing ourselves, yoga also has a positive effect on our human body, and it prevents the stress effect or bad effects or diseases caused due to chronic stress also. So these are the various disease which the risk factor of which is prevented by regular yogic practice. Next comes those disease where regular yoga helps in prevention of sign symptoms or improve the sign symptoms of various diseases also. So regular yoga also prevents the progression of sign symptoms of various diseases. So number one is that it helps in carpal tunnel syndrome. Carpal tunnel syndrome is a orthopedic problem which occurs because of various causes, but there is a sign symptom of chronic pain and muscle spasm. So regular yogic practice also causes discharge ourselves from those spasmodic muscle, and ultimately helps in prevention of progression of the disease in case of carpal tunnel syndrome. At the same time, it also increases the flexibility of the muscles of the body. So various skeletal muscle deformities or skeletal muscle weakness, it also helps. So regular yoga also increases the muscle tone, and at the same time it also prevents appearance of sign symptoms or progression of the sign symptoms of the carpal tunnel syndrome. So next important disease which is benefited by regular yoga is asthma. So asthmatic patients or COPD patients who are doing regular yoga, they are benefited by yoga. Why? Because yogic exercise always has a positive effect on the lung functions. It improves the lung function and makes the respiratory system very much fit. So regular yoga also increases the athletic endurance or cardiopulmonary endurance. So when it comes to respiratory system, it helps in proper gaseous exchange, and it increases the lung functions and various lung capacities. So those persons who are suffering from asthma, this regular yoga prevents the symptoms of the disease or prevent the progression of the disease. So regular yoga can be advised as a therapeutic measure in persons suffering from asthma along with the medications. So next important disease whose sign symptom can be prevented is arthritis. Now regular yoga creates a pressure on the muscle as well as pressure on the joints. So it prevents the degeneration of the joints, and also it is regular yoga is an anti-inflammatory mechanism. It prevents inflammation in the body. So both inflammation and joint degeneration is prevented, and ultimately it has a good effect on the progression of arthritis. It prevents the progression of arthritis and prevents the chronic pain also that is originated from arthritis. So those arthritic patients suffering from chronic pain, they will be benefited by doing regular yoga. So their pain can be inhibited by doing regular yoga. At the same time, the progression of the disease will be inhibited or prevented, and it is a good effect on those patients suffering from arthritis. Next one is multiple sclerosis. Multiple sclerosis is a neurological condition which is mainly autoimmune. So regular yoga also leads to the suppression of the autoimmune mechanism, and it also prevents the inflammation. So it is prevents the pro-inflammatory mediators in our blood, and thus prevents the progression of the disease or various type of weakness of the muscle that occurs in case of multiple sclerosis. It also prevented by regular yoga practice. So it has been found that for patients suffering from multiple sclerosis, when they do regular yoga, their progression of the disease has been stopped, or the progression of the disease is prevented. So for them, patients suffering from multiple sclerosis, yoga can be a good therapeutic measure in those patients. Next comes the muscular dystrophy. So there are various types of muscular dystrophy like Duchenne muscular dystrophy, or Becker's muscular dystrophy, or myotonic dystrophy. So there are various types of muscular dystrophy which occurs because of various muscle defect, where weakness of the muscle is very much positive, or muscles are having very low tone and they are very weak. Power of the muscle is decreased. So in such situation, regular yoga increase the strength of the muscle, increase the ultimate paralytic situation of the muscle. At the same time, it also increase the tone of the muscle. So we all know regular yogic practice or yoga has increase the stretchability of the muscle, increase the flexibility of the body, increase the tone of the muscle, and increase the overall power of the muscle. So patients or subjects suffering from muscular dystrophy or myotonic dystrophy, they can undergo this regular yoga, which ultimately increase their muscular tone, and ultimately they can progression of the disease can be prevented, and they can start a very better life compared to earlier. So those subjects which are suffering from muscular dystrophy, they can be advised to have regular yoga, and which is a good effect on these musculoskeletal disorders. Next comes the patients suffering from various cancers. Actually, those patients suffering from regular cancers, they are actually suffer from various bad effects of cancer. Cancer has a very depressive effect on the patient. They lose confidence, their RBC go down because they will not respond proper to the chemotherapy, or their immunity will go down, and they become very weak also, and they become physically unfit also with time. So for those patients who are undergoing chemotherapy or radiotherapy, or patients suffering from any serious cancers undergoing any medical therapy, they can do regular yoga, and it has been found that those patients, cancer patients, when undergo regular yogic therapy, their RBC also increase, their lung function and overall immunity also increase, and their cardio metabolic situation also gradually increase, and they better respond to the chemotherapy. So their prognosis become very much good once if they start the yoga. So yoga is also a good effect on the cancer patients. It prevents the bad prognosis of many cancer patients, increase the RBC count, and increase the immunity, increase the lung function test, and overall well-being of the patient is improved if they resort to regular yogic practice. Next is that those patients suffering from regular migraine or chronic migraine, they can do regular yogic practice. So regular yogic practice inhibits the progression of chronic migraine, or prevents the symptoms of chronic migraine. So regular yoga is also a good for patients who are having migraine headache or headache attack, and it prevents the headache in these migraine patients, especially chronic migraine patients. Next one is epilepsy. It has been found that especially in the epileptic patients who are having multiple seizures, if they do regular yoga, their number of seizures is declined. So they better respond to the therapy, and gradually they become asymptomatic. So epilepsy patients, if they undergo regular yoga or regular yogic exercise, and they has a relaxing effect on their mind, and all of you know yoga has a good effect on the brain also. It increases the blood flow to the brain, and it also has a soothing effect on the brain. Both yoga and meditation has a good calming effect on the mind and as well as brain. So those person suffering from epilepsy, they can do both yoga and meditation, and it is a soothing effect or calming effect on the brain, and ultimately the number of seizure attacks or number of epileptic attacks will be decreased, and they will respond more nicely to the anti-epileptic drugs. So their symptoms will decrease with time and they will better respond to the therapy. Again, regular yoga also helps in sciatica patients, means patients suffering from sciatica pain. All of you know sciatica is a neurological problem which occurs because of inflammation or compression on the sciatic nerve. So patient may suffer from chronic pain at their back of the limbs, and which they cannot tolerate. So regular exercise, especially yoga, can help in prevention of the sciatica pain and increase the tolerance of the pain by the sciatica patients. So in this way, they also helps in prevention of the sciatica pain or progression of the sciatica pain. It becomes more tolerable to the patients if they do regular yogic practice. It also helps in, means regular yoga also helps in prevention of the sign symptoms or gradual suppression of the sign symptoms of OCD. What is OCD? Is nothing but obsessive compulsive disorder. Obsessive compulsive disorder, here the person feels to do something again and again, repeated works. So it is a neuropsychiatric manifestation of a disease. So these OCD sign symptoms gradually decrease if a person starts yogic therapy or yoga. So especially those persons suffering from neuropsychiatric problems like OCD also, if they resort to regular yogic practice, their sign symptoms they will decrease or they will better improve with time. So that is a very much heavy news for neuropsychiatric manifestation or neuropsychiatric patients, that regular yoga or regular yogic therapy can help them in prevention of the sign symptoms appearance of the disease like OCD also, obsessive compulsive disorder. Next comes yoga also helps in during the time of menopause. It also prevents the postmenopausal syndrome and like osteoporosis, or also it is the various type of health disorders that a woman can suffer after menopause. So this hormonal disbalance that occurs during menopause, it can be prevented by regular yoga. So yoga will make a person, especially women, fit even after menopause, because all of you know once a menopause, after reaching menopause, the women increase their chance of getting myocardial infarction or heart problems gradually increase as they reach the stage of menopause, and their chance of getting various diseases like osteoporosis and various other diseases they are prone to. So regular yoga prevents the complication during the postmenopausal or surrounding the menopause. So it is very much indicated or can be advised in postmenopausal women or women which may be very near to menopause. Regular exercise also prevents severe pain like chronic back pain, like back pain because of any sleep disorder, disc order, sleep disc, vertebral column problem, low back pain, or carpal tunnel syndrome. So chronic pain can be prevented or suppressed by regular yoga. So those persons who are doing regular yoga, their pain tolerance will increase because of regular yoga, and thus they can tolerate their pain, and even with time, if they practice yoga for few months, their pain will be suppressed by the complication, and the complication of various diseases will be prevented. So yoga is very much helpful for those patients who are suffering from chronic pain like carpal tunnel syndrome, sciatica pain, spinal cord problem, spine problem. Regular yoga also increases the strength of spinal cord also. So these things, if you take overall, so regular yoga has a good effect on human health. It can directly prevent the risk of various diseases like heart disease, Alzheimer's disease, osteoporosis, diabetes, and also it also helps in prevention of complication of various or prevention of sign symptoms of various diseases that I have already told. Thank you very much.